Lockdown re tshwere ka di-washene guys. Yo, o itse COVID. O itse COVID ke mathata a selo. COVID ke mathata a selo, and it's impacting everything. It's impacting the state of the economy, and obviously if the economy is affected, our income is affected. And I don't know about you guys, but I found myself in a position whereby I know I have to, adjust my budget so that I can be able to survive. So I'm making this video because I think it's a great idea that we go back to the drawing board and look at our living budgets and do a survival budget. Hey guys, your girl KebaM here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Rise Up with KebaM. If you are a new visitor, thank you so much for popping by. I hope you are gonna like the content on this channel and press the subscription button and the bell so that you get notified when I post videos. For my returning subscribers, you guys are loyal. Thank you so much. Even during the lockdown, you guys are there, man. Leteng man, le batho ba ka. As you can hear the background, so I'm at home. I'm at my grandmother's house. So so please forgive the background. There's nothing I can do about it. So yeah, without wasting any further time, guys, it's lockdown Italy, and it's impacting a lot of things, and one of them being our finances and our relationship with our finances at this moment, and really going forward, and how this whole COVID thing and the impacts thereof affected the economy and thereby affecting our income. I'm actually making this video just so that we can have a quick run on the budgets that we have, and so that we can maybe do a review of the budgets, because I think we can all agree that lockdown it hit us. It's hitting still, and it may still continue to hit us, and unfortunately we have to get to a point where we fix ourselves and we fix our finances so that we can better prepare for the future and really be at a point where we are not that stranded. I know Hotata to stick to your budget, especially now during this time lockdown or go high. We eat a lot, we spend a lot of electricity, and now the government is gonna increase those electric bills, getting the tariffs. They're gonna increase those. Suddenly what we were spending in summer is now double or almost double the amount of electricity that we could have been paying if it was summer. And now you are sitting at home spending electricity the whole day. And yeah guys, it's rough. And I know it's not easy on everybody, whether you are that person who doesn't have a pay cut, whether you are that person who has a pay cut, and whether you are those people who've lost their jobs, or you haven't lost your job as yet but you are still staying home and your employer is paying you UIF. Guys, right now it's not a time to be insensitive and say, hey, but do this, do that. Guys, this is hard on everybody, but I think there are some things that we can actually help each other on and really find ways on how we can actually manage our finances during this crisis time. Firstly, I think going back to our living budgets that we had created, understanding that the budgets that we had ka January, ka February, ka March are not necessarily maintainable right now, because things have changed big time, and we have to go back to the drawing board and really look at our current situations and say, hey, but I'm not receiving the income I was receiving in January. I'm not receiving receiving additional income that I was receiving in February, and my expenses right now have actually fluctuated. Oh hey, I actually have petrol money or transport money that I'm not spending on right now because I'm home, working from home, and I'm just not going to work. So maybe let's come up with ways on how we can actually manage our money and improve and actually work on our budgets during this time, so that we can better manage our money right now, so that the money can help us to take care of ourselves in future. So the first thing that would be smart of us to do is to actually go back to our budgets that we had created. If you haven't created your budget, I think maybe this is the time to actually sit down and create a budget, because guys, I think we can all agree that our relationship with money has to change. COVID itlile kore wa itse keng ya re tshwere ka di-washene ya raha, and right now we see that anything can happen. Anything can happen. You've never been in a position where we, see something like this happen, and we just never saw it coming. So our relationship with money definitely has to change. So if you don't have a budget, I would really suggest that you make one and see how you can actually manage your finances better, so that you allow your money to actually help you in future. So one of the things that you do, you go back and analyze what amount of income you are receiving right now at this moment, following the lockdown, whether you have a pay card, whether you don't have a pay card, whether you have only your side hustles, whether you have you don't have a job anymore. So go back to the drawing board and really see how much money you're receiving every month. And then the other thing you do is to go back to your expenses. Make sure that you prioritize your necessities. Your necessities are actually expenses that you cannot live without, including food, including your place of residence, utilities, and really your bills, whatever bills you have. So prioritize those things. There are ways on how you can actually manage your expenses relating to food. I know re ko hae and we eat a lot right now, so actually our food expenses actually has increased more than ever, because now we are home and we eat. Guys, we stress eat. We eat a lot, but then there are some things that we can actually do to actually make sure that we don't overspend on money. Things like buying things that are on sale. How ya di shopong, try to look which store has a sale on whatever items you want to buy. And the other thing, maybe write a list. If you are a person who goes to the shops, just to buy things, maybe it would be a good idea for you to sit down and write a list, so that how it's an shopon, you know exactly what you want, what you need in the house actually, so that you avoid buying things that you already have in the house and things that you are not going to use because you already have them. So to add on that, right now what I'm doing, I'm shopping on a weekly basis, because I don't want to find myself in a position where I shop for the whole month, but I find hey guys, you want to eat this, you want to eat that, and your body really just changes. So I find that shopping on a weekly basis is beneficial for me, because I know exactly what I want and how much stuff I need, so that I avoid, buying a lot of things and then I don't get to eat those. I end up disposing of those things. So it is a good idea for you to actually sit down and analyze what you actually need to buy. I'm shooting a video. That's my mom. She just got back. So for me, I had to, sit down with my food expenses and see exactly how much I can afford, in the month. Because right now I don't have time to be doing impulse buying. I don't have time to be, shopping for things that I don't want. I shop for what I need and I go for sale items. With shelter, this is tricky, because I thought of saying that maybe speak to your landlords about, maybe looking at reducing your rent. This is something I've been hearing people are doing, and people are actually succeeding on that, but I haven't done this and I'm looking into doing this, so I just don't know how the outcome would be. But I think I will actually be at peace knowing that I got a no from my landlord rather than not trying. So that is one of the things that you can actually look at. Another thing, you can actually ask your family and friends to actually accommodate you during this time. I don't know how that would work out, because we're trying to have that social distancing thing, and that may be rough, but whatever you can try doing that. Utilities, this is one of the expenses that are gonna be so high during this time, because if we look at things, we spend so much on electricity. TV is on, or your computer is on the whole day, and really you're boiling water throughout the whole of the day to drink tea to warm up, because now ke winter, ke nako ya ho tonya, and we want to warm up, right? And come on, we're gonna end up using the heater, we're gonna end up using electric blankets, we're preparing water bottles and stuff like that, and our electricity bills are gonna be skyrocket. And also taking into account the fact that ki winter, the government is gonna increase tariffs. That is a thing, guys. Winter electricity is so expensive, and you end up paying so much money. So some of the things that you can actually do around the house to actually, try to save some electricity for yourself is to actually when you are not using them, when you are not at certain rooms, maybe tima that. I know my roommate and I have implemented that gonglumi. So those are, the easy things that you can do to try to save up on electricity. With regards to any bills that you might be having, bills are, stuff contracting your mortgage payments, your car payments, your cell phone contracts, and whatever you can actually negotiate to pay a reduced fee on, you should do that. Taking into account the fact that your cars are parked at home, if you do have a car and you're paying insurance on that, you can actually take advantage of that and speak to your insurance provider and say, hey, but my car is parked inside and I'm not really driving anyway to work because I'm working from home. Why am I still paying the same amount of insurance as I'm paying, as I was paying before when I was roaming around the streets? But now my car is parked. So those are the kind of, advantages that you can take. I have actually reduced my car premium, but for me, my argument was that I'm unemployed. So that is why it was easier for me to get that. It might actually be a good idea for you to actually renegotiate a premium that you can pay just because your car is parked at home, and insurers are actually doing that for you. So negotiate for that. The other thing, right now the gyms are closed. I know for a fact that Virgin Active they had provided us with a payment relief, but it was wise for me to actually pick up a phone and call them and say, hey, I want to cancel my contract with you because the gym is not open, and frankly enough, I don't feel comfortable going to the gym and stuff like that. So those are the kind of expenses that you can actually save up on. So pick up that phone, call that gym and tell them, booyah, I'm outie, like a TT. There's also transport money, guys. Some of us are not essential workers. If you are not an essential worker, you will not going to work, and you can save up on that transport money. There are people by transport for kids, but then kids haven't been going to school for in like 2 months or something like that, and you haven't been paying that amount. So those are the expenses that you can actually use to fund your additional expenses that you have due to the lockdown. You guys have been arguing that you have a lot of food that you're eating, so you can actually use that money that you're saving on transport and to actually fund yourself during this time. Or if you don't need to put that money towards food and whatever additional expenses you have, you can actually use that money to start up an emergency fund. Guys, emergency funds are very, very, very important, and I know right now currently a lot of us don't have, but if you find yourself with some additional income that you don't know what to do with at this moment, please give it to me. I'm joking, guys. Well, am I joking? But you can put that money towards an emergency fund. Start up your emergency fund. So yeah, guys, those are some of the things that you can actually relook at on your budget, just to make things a little bit easier for you, so that you can stretch your income as far as possible. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do have any comments, if you do have anything that you would like to make known to us that can actually inform us on how we can better manage our finances during the lockdown period, please do comment in the comment box. And a lot of us would actually appreciate learning from that. If you haven't pressed the notification button, please do that, so that whenever I upload videos you can get those. And yeah, just like every time, guys, I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.